Hump day. Make sure you guys slap that red pill. Hit that red pill. Hit that repost button. We got a stacked show for you guys. Hope y'all are ready. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody, to the No Prisoners podcast. It's your boy, 451 actual. We are 5 days away, from the inauguration of Donald John Trump. And let me tell you guys something. The left is not having a good time. The Marxists are not having a good time. If you guys missed the subscriber stream yesterday, we covered the Hegseth nomination confirmation hearing, which I'm sure you guys saw in other places as well. It's not like we had it exclusive or anything. But we did offer some pretty awesome commentary on it, doing some real-time fact-checking. not so clean language while we did it, but we had a good time. And we've got some memes, because really all that came out of the left side of the aisle was all just memeable content. Hypotheticals and unfounded allegations and misquotes and, taking things out of context. You guys know, just what they do. Just a lot of emotional dribble. And so we got some awesome memes about that. We've got some more information coming out about the Los Angeles fires. I know it's a dead horse at this point, but since the horse was also burned to a crisp, I figure we might as well figure out why. We've also got some political news for you guys, some medicine and healthcare stuff. We got some news about the border, and then hopefully, if we get to it, the cherry on top will be the left's plan to battle mis and disinformation, which is coming directly from their masters at the UN. It's a plan that we've been talking about here on this show for several years now, when they outlined at the UN exactly how they wanted to go about battling this information war going forward, and now in its final stages of implementation. So you guys will know exactly what to look for and who to target with the memes. It's going to be fantastic. So good morning to everybody. Let's go ahead and say good morning to my awesome co-host this morning. Of course, we've got our lovely special guest on Wednesdays, Coffee Talk with Sandra. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here. I missed you guys. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. We missed you too.
I mean, this is the first time I'm seeing you. Wow.
I know.
Here.
15 days in.
15
Here
days
we are.
With 5 days to go. I'm very excited. And I'm happy to be here. Morning, everybody. Hi,
yes,
Kevin.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Sorry,
morning.
I'm sad. I didn't mean to.
How you doing,
Of
Kevin?
course. Observing the salt. Oh, the mining in the salt mines. Oh, my word.
It was rich.
Just drowning in salt. Yes, good morning.
So rich. Yeah, so basically what it comes down to with the mainstream media this morning is they can't decide whether they're super big mad that Pete Hegseth would dare call the military weak or unprepared in any way because of the diversity, equity, and inclusion, ESG garbage that has been injected in to our nation's military. So they can't decide whether it's like basically terrorism to say that anybody that's in any type of leadership position or soldier that's in the military might not be the most qualified, right? We don't have a meritocracy purely in the military anymore, or that standards have been dropped in order to meet certain quotas. They can't decide whether it's worse to say that, or if it's more fitting to say that Pete Hegseth, who came from the same military, is going to basically destroy the Pentagon and the upper echelons of the leadership of the military if he takes control, because he's completely unqualified and nobody else around him will be able to do their jobs. That's where they're going. So they can't decide whether people are qualified or unqualified in the military. I guess it just depends on the context that they are spewing about in that moment. So whatever. Typical. So yeah, we're going to get into that. We got a ton of stuff to get into. Got some opening videos for you guys, but I want to hit this love that's coming in a massive way and say good morning to everybody that's out there in the chat already. We've got Burt Cocaine coming in with a cookie. Thank you so much, Mr. Tizo. Good morning, sir. Gifting 2 cookies. Coffee Talk with Sandra gifting 3. You guys are trying to start the day with violence? Really?
Yes. I'm excited.
There's lots of violence going on. Well, thank you guys for those cookies. Keep them coming. We'll play that vidger. We'll play that vidger. Come on in here. Thank you guys. Appreciate you, and good morning.
Music. Look, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just got to say that was really good music this morning before the show.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I was like finding myself trying to play the drums.
Yeah, we very specifically curated that. You can ask Kevin. Like, I went through quite a number of songs just trying to, and the whole idea was we needed something that was high energy, but also gave me opportunities to come in where it kind of seems fitting to drop the volume down and engage with chat to get everybody pumped. And
Look at you
so
guys.
a lot of thought goes into it, man. A lot of thought goes into it.
Love it.
So we didn't just want everybody kind of sitting around for 5 minutes plus and just kind of like whatever. We just get everybody in, let you know we're looking at the chat. We see everybody, and yeah, man, we're super excited. So
well done.
yes,
Well done.
There is potentially a Starship launch today too, guys. So I may end up going live again later this afternoon to cover that. The window opens at 4 p.m. The only problem is I may not actually be here when it launches because I have to go pick up Mini 451 who gets off the bus at 5 after 4. So I may be watching the stream on the road or in restream on the road and just kind of let the computer run with it. And we'll just hope everything stays running while I'm gone. That's really all I can do. But anyway. Yes, we put a lot of thought into pumping you, Bert. Yes, indeed. Good to see you guys. Let's see who else we've got here. We got Burt Cocaine. We got Mr. Tizo. We got Sandra, of course. Thank you so much. Lynn RC7 said, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. The Gray Man, Channel OG. Again, I had 4 people watching me my first stream ever when I was just playing Battlefield. I had no idea what I was doing. I was flying a helicopter around, showing everybody my skills. And the Gray Man, first one hangout, man. It was awesome. So good to see you, brother. I got to shout that out every once in a while because the Gray Man is part of the No Prisoners podcast lore. Like, this channel has stayed afloat because of the Gray Man. Just saying. Thank you so much. And let's see here. We've got Sven K in the house. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Who else we got? Salty in San Diego. There's another OG. Said, good morning, gorillas. It's hump day. Get some. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you. Lulu in Love said, good morning, all. Much love. Good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Nuclear Family of 4 said, good morning, No Prisoners podcast family. I have a lady coming for an interview at 9, so I will join after that. Well, good. Hopefully you find a good fit for the position. I'm sure she's already in that interview right now, so she's not hearing me, but I'm praying for it. She's going to get a good fit for that job. Somebody that has work ethic, I guess, is what she's looking for. It's hard to find. All right. And, of course, Mr. Tizo coming in bright and early. Thank you so much. We got Water Wizard in the house. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the can. I appreciate that. Come on, little feller. Oh, yeah. Holy cola. Get some, you little rat bastard. I mean, you scientist. All right. Let's see who else we've got here. All right. I think, did I miss? Nope. We're all caught up. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, we don't have a lot of time to waste this morning, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. Got a few videos for you guys. We're going to go from cute to weird kind of abruptly, so prepare yourselves because it does get quite weird in today's opening video lineup. All right, this one is just got a smiley face on it, which is really fitting. Sandra's already watched this like a dozen times, she said, and I can see why. Here you go, guys.
Quero interromper o teu silêncio, Pai, mas tesouramos que eu e com paz o vento na aflição quer apagar a chama na minha adoração. O mundo
There's so
é
many animals
oceano,
chilling.
minha carne é um furacão. Minha vida é barquinho buscando direção. Descanse, minha alma, que calma.
so cool.
She
Oh,
actually,
man.
I just saw she had 2 chickens. I mean, she had
Yes.
a rooster. It looked like she had a rooster. I didn't
Yeah,
listen
that's
to her
definitely
singing. I
that's
just kept
definitely a
watching.
cockerel right there for sure. That is a cockerel, a young rooster right there for sure.
And there's
And then a
another
full-blown
one.
rooster. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like a bantam rooster right there. He's fully relaxed. He's all folded up and everything. Look at him. That's great.
Wow, it's cool.
All right, this is a pretty cool video. It says threading the needle, a point of view from a wingsuit. I'm good on this, man. No thanks. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. All right, well, so I got to tell a little bit of a backstory on this one. It's come to my attention, and I've known this for quite a while, that my dog Maggie, she's a Belgian Malinois and a German Shepherd mixed, guys. So she's highly intelligent. All right. And she's got a bit of a personality on her. I'm sure if you guys have been listening over the years, you've heard her come and shout at me when she's assuming that it's time for the show to be over. She'll come over and argue with me and let me know that it's time to play. So I'm bringing this toy, or I'm going to take this bone and I'm going to loudly drop it over and over and over again until you figure out that it's time for you to hang it up. Well, she also, now that, I'll say this, I was super strict about like not giving her any type of table scraps or anything, like unless the meal was done, and then it's like, then I'll come over and I'll put it in your bowl and that's where you can have it, to avoid the whole begging thing, right? Because it just annoys me when me, as the, I'm supposed to be the top of the food chain, the alpha among, the animals in the house, when you're standing near me while I'm eating. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that you got to have boundaries thing, okay? So, unfortunately, Mama 451 visited last year and completely destroyed that mentality by spoiling the crap out of Maggie. And so ever since, it's been a consistent battle to keep her out of the room. So what'll happen is that the animals will crowd the kitchen and they get in my way, and I'm like, everybody out, right? And so Maggie knows, like, when I say out, I mean, you don't just leave this area. There's an actual threshold of a doorway that separates where, like, the house that was built in the 60s and the addition that was put on in the early 2010s. Like, it used to be the back door of the house. And so that threshold is where she goes, because her food bowl is there. Like, if I'm going to bring you something, that's where I'm going to bring it to, okay? So you go wait over there. Like, that's where you go. Well, now Maggie has made a game out of strategically waiting to see when I'm not paying attention because I'm occupied, getting Minnie her food, or I'm cooking or whatever, and she'll sneak back in and go and try to get stuff from like Tom or Jeremy or whatever, or whoever's in the house, until I turn around again, and then she tries to get out of my line of sight. So she knows where my line of sight is, so kind of like Metal Gear Solid mode, she just tries to avoid that to make sure she can get her table scraps. All of that to say that this video right here is a perfect rendition of exactly what that looks like. Here you go. It goes under the yeah, exactly. That's the noise I make for I'm like. Anyway.
So cute.
Yes. All right, let's get into some weird stuff, shall we? Start off with this article. British Zoo explains how a zebra was killed by a rhino in an extremely rare incident. You won't see this on Zootopia. Colchester Zoo says it's conducting a review after a male zebra died in mixed species enclosure. A zebra that died in a zoo in Essex was killed after a rhinoceros unintentionally impaled the animal. How do you know? Can't read its mind. Oh, it was an accident, bro. Colchester Zoo shared an update after initially posting on social media about an extremely rare incident on 10 January in its mixed species African habitat between the rhino and a male zebra. The Essex-based attraction named the zebra in question Ziggy. Couldn't quite zag in time, though. In a statement online, as they explained, he had lived happily with the other species, including the rhino, in the enclosure since he arrived in 2017. On Friday, two of the rhinos, Astrid and her son Teo, were sparring with one another in the habitat, which the zoo described as regular and natural behavior for this species. While sparring, the female rhino attempted to move the zebra out of the way and unintentionally punctured his stomach. The animal died of its injuries a few minutes later. Dang, dude. Whoa. Responding to the incident, Colchester Zoo announced they were reviewing their care for the animals to minimize the risk of these incidents reoccurring. Well, as Joe Biden has aptly put it, you don't need an AR-15 because deer don't have Kevlar. Well, I guess they need to start putting Kevlar on the zebras and protect them from rhinos, guys. As a result, the animal care team will continue to closely monitor the animal's behavior in the coming weeks. These sort of incidents are extremely rare, and we are devastated by the loss. Ziggy was a much-loved animal and who will be dearly missed. So,
Captain McMuffin, you knew damn well I was a rhino when you took me in.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah, see, the gray man says rhinos are dangerous. There are a lot of them running wild in Washington.
It's true.
Yes, white rhino on mostly black zebra crime. It's racist, guys. It's racist. All right. Well, here's another weird one for you. Tom from America Floats supplied this one to me. And my only response was, how in the hell do people come up with this type of thing? I have no idea, but take a listen.
What body part do you find the most attractive?
Deep nostrils.
Okay.
What? I like them deep.
She's the deep queen.
Shut up, Lorca.
Sorry.
Shut up.
My name is Kuzu Veldor. I have a severe learning disability. We're out here on these streets. You know we ain't nowhere near Deedle. And we're asking the real questions to the real Blurrin. Let's get to it. Snap. What can a Glurrin say in the bedroom to get you in the mood?
Are you recording? Are you this?
Yeah,
is this
we're
where?
recording.
Are you?
This is a camera.
Am I being the recorded?
What was that?
Okay, if you're recording this, that's not okay because I need to put on my hat.
This super stylish hat that I look absolutely cool in.
What can a Glurrin say in the bedroom to get you in the mood?
I like it if they whispered something and I couldn't really hear them. Like they said something when I was like, what did you say? I couldn't hear you. And they were like, I didn't say anything. And I was like, no, you did say something. And they were like, never mind. And I was like, just say it. And they were like, it doesn't matter. And I was like, it does matter. And they were like, can we just drop it? And I was like, you always do this. And they were like, do what? And I was like, nothing. And they were like, just tell me what I do. And I was like, we don't need to get into this right now. We're going to be late for Ethan's skate trials. That would really get me going.
It would have been quite the sight.
I'm not answering that. Are you on dirt?
Yep.
What's your favorite Monovision show?
Honestly, bug fights.
Here we go, Dorgan.
Okay.
It's mine too.
Don't copy me, Lorca.
I just like it.
I just want to.
Blurring cop files. I hope they bring that back.
Yeah, I think they're bringing it back.
Justice for Snarbo.
Neat job.
Dirty and deep down. Who sings that?
We're talking about Monovision shows.
Dirty and deep down.
I'm sorry, but you have a very lovely voice.
You a Tiggy Skibbles fan?
I've never heard of it.
Who is that?
I am Tiggy Skibbles.
Oh, my monolith.
What do you think of the Resistance?
The resistance is here. The monolith must fall.
Between you and me, I would love to commit a revolution, but like I need to work, you know? Because I'm kind of drowning. So if I had to also do a revolt, I'd be drowning more. And like right now, it's the perfect amount of drowning, you know?
Tell us, who was your hall pass?
Dorgan Watho.
Dorgan Madmouth Waffo.
Hello.
Dorgan Watho for sure.
Dorgan Watho.
Dorgan Watho. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not.
Your dress is on backwards.
No, it's not.
Damn
That's
it,
it for
Lorca.
Street Meat. If you want more, just follow me. If you see me, I've got all 134 episodes at my place. My mom says 3 are pretty good, and she says with a little bit of practice, and if I was totally different, I could get on monovision. So, we'll see what happens. Snap it.
Okay.
All right. Well, you thought that was weird.
I enjoyed that though. It was hilarious.
I thought it was funny too.
And I feel like such a simpleton around Kevin because he's looking horrified and I'm just giggling inside. Like, this is hilarious.
Well, just wait until about 50 of these things are descending on your neighborhood to monitor you at all times. Here we go.
No. They have heads for
Look at the
for
thing
real?
walking in. Look at the thing walking
What?
in. Oh, you guys don't like this? Come on. This is awesome. They got multiples of them.
The old guy? Is that old guy a robot too?
Yes. Yeah, he's a robot. Look at him come walking in all awkward.
Why they got him with such big heads?
I don't know. It's frightening.
It is.
Anyway.
I'm on Lorca's
but
side. Look, I'm a video behind right now. I'm on Lorca's side. Lorca does not. Lorca is better than all that. And Sandra, you don't need to feel any kind of mental way about you and I coexisting in the same realm because I love you so much, and I want to know what's your take on Lorca. Did you have any sympathies for Lorca? Lorca could do better.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, here's the thing. That girl is we all, as women, we've all come into this. I can't speak for a man because I'm not a guy. But it's like this girl wants to come in. She wants to be strong. She wants to, it doesn't matter what you think because you're nothing because she's it. And some people, it's called choosing your battle. Lorca's like, she ain't going to get through to this bae. Let her talk. Let her be you. She's showing her ass, and she's going to be that. And Lorca's we love Lorca because she's taking it.
We love Lorca also because she's not the main character. She's not the one with the syndrome. She doesn't have the pick-me virus. It's like Lorca's a lady. Lorca is dignified, graceful, elegant. We love Lorca.
And I like the way she looks at her like, you're an effing idiot. And she's like, why are you looking at me like that? Because I don't have to tell you.
Idiocy. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that makes me happy. Thank you for that conversation. I feel much better.
All right.
Yeah. Look at 45
I can't wait
over there being all toxically masculine.
It happens. It does happen. Here's a vintage McDonald's commercial from the 1960s when Kevin was in his prime, featuring Ronald McDonald's flying hamburger.
Yes.
So long, boys and girls. Looks like I'm having trouble getting started. Guess I better give her a push. Good thing I'm at McDonald's. I'm going to need some energy, and we know there's no better way than with a delicious McDonald's pure beef hamburger and a triple thick McDonald's shake. Really great. Go together. Muscle builders, too. Did you notice how fast I got my food? There's no waiting at McDonald's, and am I glad I didn't have to dress up either. And now to get my flying hamburger started. Gee, wait for me! If you want to be strong like me, ask your mom and dad to take you to your kind of place for your kind of food. McDonald's. Remember, when you see my face, think of your kind of place. McDonald's.
I know it's all about the kids, but to find out like we're eating kids at McDonald's, to have all the kids there. And then I also find the panoramic view of the kids' heads, which you wouldn't really do that in a shot. So, and how about the spaceship, the unidentified object that's actually, why don't we have
drone
these
warfare.
now? Can I, but I want
No,
one
they're flying around in New Jersey.
Well, can they come over here to Illinois and pick me up and bring me back to Jersey to say hi to my family? Can I get a ride quicker than 14 hours?
Right? All right,
Since
so
you made a comment about me
go ahead.
being in my prime during this commercial when it was shot, I'll have you know that back in Wisconsin, back on the farm, when we used to go into Wisconsin Rapids from Rudolph, to the big city of Wisconsin Rapids with all its 11,000 people in it, we went to Pizza Hut during this time. Because I'll tell you what, back in the day, Pizza Hut used to be fine. It used to be fine dining. They actually had incredibly good food at Pizza Hut.
Even back in the 90s, heck yeah, dude. Like, we used to go in and it was nice in there and everybody was like still dressed up in a Pizza Hut. Like, it was like a real restaurant experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild. Yep. Crazy, man. All right, so speaking of pick-me disease and going right along the lines of just weird stuff going on, here's the moment that Jasmine Crockett and Nancy Mace got into a heated exchange over transgender rights. If you want to take it outside, let's go ahead and check out this video here. Oh, I guess it's not going to be on here. Of course they're not going to do this. Hold on. We don't need to go into any more detail. We're just going to watch the video. Nancy, Mace Crockett. There we go. Let's do this. Oh, here we go. See?
Good chill music in the background too, BTW.
Mr. Chairman, again.
Yes, I'm telling you. Yeah, the buffet was amazing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I don't know what's going on today. I find it extremely rich and offensive. So we're talking about civil rights. I'm the former ranking member on the Civil Rights Subcommittee, something I believe in civil rights and civil liberties of all Americans. And we were talking about infringement of individual people. Also, quote, the right to privacy of individuals. Coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men with penises, chicks with dicks, in the bathroom with us. You want women to be forced to undress in front of men in the locker room and in dressing rooms. And it's so hypocritical for you to sit here and say and be, screaming from the rooftops about right to privacy and civil rights when you don't respect women. And you don't respect women who've been raped, women who are victims of sexual abuse. And you want me, a victim of rape, a survivor of rape, to go into a locker room and be forced to undress in front of a man? You have to be effing kidding me. So I don't want to hear about you talk about rights, individual rights, civil rights, because you can't find the courage from the 60s to fight for women all around America. Fight for women like me, every single woman. And as a rape survivor, I shouldn't have to explain to you why women have rights and why women, when we're in the bathroom, when we're in the locker room, when we're in a dressing room, why I don't feel safe when there is a man. And the fact that we're going here and we're going to say all these things is the ripeness of hypocrisy on the Hill. People need to tell the truth. And if we're going to talk about the rights of individuals, we have to talk about it. Everybody has rights, including women. And at some point, men are infringing on the rights of women. We just had it today. We just had a vote about protecting women and girls in sports. And I believe it wasn't one, it was two people from the Democrat Party who voted to protect women's rights in sports today. Two, So this is, Mr. Chairman, this is a deeply offensive conversation to me today. We want to talk about real freedom. Women have freedom in this country. Women have the freedom to go to a private women's only space and not see a man in it. Women have the right to change and not be feared that somebody with their sexual perversion, someone who's confused about their gender, we have the right to feel safe in these spaces. We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation. You're doing it in your messaging. You're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country, even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So that was what she said. And I think this is the moment where she says she's going to take her outside. Here, let me see. Here we go. Let's get this one.
Coffers really are struggling right now. Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, 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 so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will.
am reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we
Chairman,
can
the
do that.
committee is not
Okay.
in order.
Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
Point of privilege. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Child, please. She's like twice your age, Jasmine Crockett.
It's incredible. Did you see what happened after this though? Where instead of the committee chastising Miss Crockett for demeaning another member of this forum, they instead said that Miss Mace was inciting violence by saying, "We can take this outside."
Oh.
As if that's what Mace was looking for, was some sort of an altercation. Knowing how she just presented herself very eloquently, even though she may have said chicks with dicks, even though she may have said trannies, what have you. She's driving the point home. She wasn't being demeaning to anyone within this, except for maybe there is. I don't know these days. I'm not up on like the current thing. Maybe there is someone who considers themselves transgender within that room. And I guarantee that person has not committed fully to the role, nor the part, and probably does have autogynephilia, which is a bit unsettling to biological women, real women.
Yep.
When a man who isn't committed to the feminine aspects of whatever this gender dysphoria spectrum is, and I can tell you firsthand experience, saw a lot of men in women's spaces who had absolutely no business being in women's spaces. So what Miss Mace is talking about is a serious topic. Miss Crockett comes back and she's like, oh, somebody's coffers must be being light and stuff like that. And then with the child comment and stuff like that, it's like, Miss Crockett, you're probably the problem. Miss Crockett, you are giving aid to people who want to sexually predate women. Miss Crockett, maybe in your
so
culture,
she can keep her coffers full.
Yeah, so she can keep her coffers full by going running these white knight type of save the pervert. Miss Crockett, shut up, you ignorant gum bumping bitch. Shut up. There are people being victimized, and you are giving them aid and cover. You need to be examined. You need something is wrong inside your head, Miss Crockett. Might be all that freaking macrame plant holder you're flipping around. Who knows? But you need to.
Okay, I'm ignorant. What is a coffer? Like, what's the? I don't know what that is.
She's talking about her campaign, like raising money to have a campaign or to like fund her, her office or whatever. Like she's acting like the only reason why she's advocating for banning men and women's bathrooms after she just laid out that she's a rape survivor and that she's been sexually assaulted and she doesn't feel comfortable with men and women's spaces. Jasmine Crockett said, "It's all about the money. It's all about the money, child."
So she's letting us know what her deal is.
It's so huge projection. 100% projection, dude.
That's crazy.
And good on Nancy Mace for not putting up with it. Like, why should she have to put up with that type of behavior? I'd take your ass outside, spank you too, you young ass little
punk.
Punk?
I think to myself, it's like, how do you plan to attract future generations to your party when these are the people who you have representing your party? It's like, do you really think that people are on board with this? Do you really think, especially if you're building a generation of snowflakes and people who have very soft minds when it comes to how they handle adversity, do you really think that people thrive in a victim environment? Because Jasmine, that's what you're creating. You're creating victims by allowing predators to have access to people to make them victims. How long do you think people are going to put up with that? I mean, where is your logic?
Well, the logic is money, because guess what? You create victims. Now you got people that need to go to therapy and get on meds. I mean, it's a whole,
well, that's criminal.
The money. Let's take a look at this. Is there money in keeping men out of women's bathrooms, or is there money in enabling men to get hormones and a whole litany of operations and insurance paying for these types of things and government paying for travel and all this stuff? Is there money in the other side where you're encouraging this behavior? I would say that the medical cartel that wants these people on subscriptions to hormones and all of the medical procedures and all that stuff, that's where the money's at. So by enabling these people, see, Congress is passing all these bills to allow me to go and just use the bathroom, and then it's what is the next stage of the hill that we're sliding down here?
And there's also money in the girls and the women that need mental care now too.
That's right.
Because how are they going to get through
100%.
this? So it's
100%.
actually it's money for everybody involved.
It's trauma.
At that time.
Yeah, it's trauma.
It's trauma. It is trauma. And then what happens? It's not just that lady that's traumatized, but then you have maybe her parents, her friends, her sister, her brother, whoever it is. I mean, it's not like they share that. Well, eventually you do, but that is trauma for everybody that loves you.
Yep.
Like it's just so. I want to say the word inconsiderate, evil. Effed up. It's sick. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil. It's the bottom line, because that's what it comes down to.
Is she out of Austin or Houston? Which part of Texas is she from?
I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
Because clearly she aligns with progressive PACs. That's one thing I can see. She's also got that whole climate and energy with environment going on. Who is funding her?
South Dallas.
Well, Dallas is pretty evil. I mean, I appreciate their honesty in Dallas. I've lived in Dallas, but Dallas is evil.
Yeah,
Dallas is demonic.
Yes, we're tracking. Wow. We're tracking the Pam Bondi confirmation. We are tracking that. We'll be looking for highlights of that as they come in. But we do have some other news we want to cover today. Thanks, Teutonic. Appreciate you, bro. All right. So speaking of news that I want to share before we cut just to Pilled exclusively. Yes, go ahead.
I am surprised though, because when I lived in Dallas, people were also highly educated. This is interesting. Something must have changed because back in my day in Dallas, if a person came across like with the way that Jasmine Crockett is coming across, she would be denigrated by the society for being an ignorant example of the community. So what happened in Dallas? What went south?
That's not a Dallas thing. I'm gonna be a total butthole. That is a black thing. That whole attitude, that is a black thing that is happening throughout the community. I believe it is the leftovers of the victim mentality. It is like, it's all the time here. There's so much inconsideration. I can't even, and my husband's yelling at me. He's like, you got to be careful what you're saying. I'm like, you know what? If I'm not letting this go, if I blow my horn because you're being an inconsiderate butthole, I'm going to do that to embarrass you so you know not to do that. If we just I'm telling you.
That's what I'm thinking, Sandra. It's like, it's got to be a new bastardization of black culture, because I'll tell you what, when I was in the military and growing up and coming up with people who weren't white, okay, multicultural as all get out, I will tell you something. Black people in my life were the first people to ever point out something ignorant, something which wasn't logical, something which didn't make sense, and were very vocal about it. There were times that you could like let your hair down and you could be a little ghetto and stuff like that in the confines of a house party maybe, but when you're out representing in public, oh no, you never acted a fool in public because reputations meant something back then. And what Jasmine Crockett is, it's as MAGA Matt says, ignorant. Very ignorant.
All right, well, we don't want you guys to be ignorant about this cold weather. No, you guys are fine. That's what the whole show's about. There is another cold snap coming in through this weekend, guys, and next week, 5 days from now. So coming into the weekend into Monday, probably through Wednesday, we're going to say. We'll take a look at the tropical tidbits here in just a second. But I want to start off with this one from the National Weather Service for Austin and San Antonio, because Texas, look, guys, we don't like this crap in Texas, okay? We don't like this crap in Texas.
45 it's below zero here in Minnesota right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. But we're not acclimated for this, and neither is our infrastructure. So it's like
true.
Your shit's built for that. Ours is not. So no surprise here, but the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook now calls for a 90 to 100% chance for below normal temperatures across our region of South Central Texas. This will include hard freezes and a risk for long duration freezes. I am right in this cusp here of well below temperatures there, 90 to 100% well below what is supposed to be going on this time of year. So this is kind of what the Arctic blast is going to look like. This cold air is coming all the way down from Siberia. You got a few days to leave for a warmer climate. By Monday morning, it's too late. An all-consuming mother lode of Siberian Canadian Arctic air will be blasting the lower 48. 1,060 millibar is a world-class continental barometer busting high pressure. This model stops at Monday afternoon. The bottom then drops out in Texas. Yikes. Gonna be bad. So let's go ahead and take a look at exactly how this is going to play out here. Starting on January 15th, you guys can see the date up on the top of this graphic. And just to give you kind of an idea of what you're looking at, if you can't see it, here is the Gulf of America and the Texas coastline. We're coming around to Florida, and then the northeast parts of the United States. All right, so there you guys can kind of see, just in case you couldn't before. All right, so watch the bottom drop out here and just the wide swath of the United States. Yo, man, here it comes. There's a delay, but oh, man. It is going to be cold. I don't care where you are. Compared to the 1991 to 2020 average, if you are in this blue, dark blue area, it is going to be colder than the average temperatures by far compared to what it has been for 20 years, essentially. Insane. And it lingers and spreads out, as you guys are fixing to see. Here you go. Woo!
At an atomic level, that is gorgeous. Think about all those electrons slowing down. All that energy just kind of going into slow motion.
Out. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So Florida is really it, guys. Florida is the move. If you want to try to escape this, you're going to Florida. But not the only one, as you guys can see. There's another one coming down through the end of January as well. But for the inauguration specifically, guys, January 20th is when it kind of spreads out and will be sitting over a majority of the United States, including Washington, D.C. So it is going to be cold. If you guys are planning on going, it is going to be cold. Yeah, look at that, all that global warming.
And not just that, dry. So if you haven't mixed up your moisturizer, better get your moisturizer mixed up because you're going to be cracked as hell. Ugh. Lips bleeding, all that. Y'all know in the Midwest what happens if you don't moisturize. It's going to be a bloody mess.
Yes.
Oh, Sandra, you're muted. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's
Can
not
you
yours.
hear me even though I mute myself?
No.
Yeah, we can hear you. That's why I had to mute you because I could hear your conversation in the back.
Really?
Don't worry. I saved your shame. Don't worry.
Thank
yes.
you.
You're welcome.
So here's what the weather apps are like. I love this guy. He's hilarious. Here we go.
Yo, what's up, man? How cold is it outside today? It's 26 degrees.
But it feels like 11.
So it's 11?
Oh, shh. That's just the wind. The wind makes it feel like that, but it's not. It just feels.
Is it gonna snow? It'll start snowing at 2 p.m.
A 20% chance, maybe not.
Yeah, but you just said that.
No, but that's just how it feels.
Is the air safe to breathe outside? Air quality is good today. Better than yesterday.
But yesterday was like really bad. I don't know. Really.
Depends on. It's just how it feels.
Just feels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So just stay weather aware out there, guys. That's the whole point. Stay weather aware out there. And if you guys don't have supplies, now's a great time to get them. We are at Wednesday. Again, this is going to start kind of unfolding over the weekend into Monday up until Inauguration Day. So just be prepared out there. You guys know I'm a huge weather nerd. I love paying attention to the weather. And just want you guys to be cautious out there. So if you guys need to go grocery shopping or whatever, get extra supplies, get some firewood cut, which is what I'm going to be doing probably Thursday, is splitting a whole bunch of firewood because I burned through a whole bunch on this last cold snap. So, but getting the fireplace ready to go for another round is going to be the move. So just be aware out there, guys. That's all. All right. Any thoughts on the coldness coming everybody's way, guys, before we move on?
Well, if you're still going to the clubs, now's the time to bust out your best outfits because that cold comes in handy.
That's too funny.
It's true. We all know it.
All right. Yes. Okay. So, it sounds like winter to you, Gray Man, and it is going to be a continuation of winter for you. It's just. It's not completely normal. It does happen. A few years ago, we had a cold snap like that, deep freeze, and there is potential for snow too, by the way, in the south. We didn't really talk about that, but it comes with the territory. You've still got a lot of warm, moist air over the Gulf of America, and that's always trying to push its way into central Texas. And so when it mixes with that cold air, there is a high potential, if the air is still unstable enough, for some snow. Yeah, man, it's going to be a wild one. And like I said, a lot of the infrastructure down this far south and even in the southeast is not necessarily equipped to handle what's going to be happening. Everybody trying to heat their homes, and everybody trying to, use extra electricity, and because our homes are just not insulated like that. So while it seems normal, getting an Arctic blast that far south, like all the way down into San Antonio, Houston, that's pretty significant. So anyway, okay. Yeah, my perfectly green yard that's been enjoying the mildness of this winter so far. It survived the last freeze barely, and now it's gonna all be dead again. Drat. Oh well. Okay, well, it's better than what's going on in California, that's for sure. But if you guys want to catch what's going on in California, if you want to get some memeage about the Pete Hegseth situation, we'll also be checking in on the Pam Bondi confirmation. We're going to talk about the 5-day countdown into Donald Trump's inauguration. We got some more political news, some medical and healthcare news, including the ban of red dyes out of food from the FDA.
Yes.
Only took them 30 years after they banned it out of cosmetics to decide, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't put the cancer in the food, too. So that being banned. We've also got some news about the border and the new plan for the misinformation, disinformation campaign and how it ties directly into the UN. So if you guys haven't already, I would suggest you check out NoPrisonersProductions.com. If you guys miss out on any of the information, or we just don't have time to get to it, I will be posting today's newsletter over there on Ko-Fi, which is where you can become an NPP Insider member. And I give you guys access, if you have Microsoft Edge, to the workspace that I create with all of these tabs. So I don't close out the tabs anymore. I keep them nice and saved for you. You guys can go through and see stuff that I covered and I didn't. And I even write a pretty awesome little summary of exactly what we did talk about and some of the stuff that we didn't in that newsletter. And as soon as we're able to spin up MailChimp, we will be doing that and sending that to your guys' emails if you guys would like to receive them. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go Pilled exclusive. But I wanted to take a couple minutes, and we'll probably end up running just a little over 10 o'clock here, Kevin, so don't yell at me, to showcase what's going to be going on this weekend, because we're fixing to play a commercial for it. And Sandra asked me to play this specific clip. I think that we showed on a subscriber-only stream, or maybe it was on Monday that we shared it. I don't remember. But this is something that I had the honor in taking place in over this weekend. And I am assuming, right, I'm going to be a regular on this whenever you guys do it. Okay.
You're a permanent square.
Nice. I'm a permanent square, guys. You hear that? But anyway, this is the pilled version of Hollywood Squares, essentially. And we had a lot of fun doing it. And like I said, I'm going to be playing an ad for it as we get ready to shut down. But Sandra really loved this part of the show, and she was looking to make a clip of it. So I'm going to play just a little bit of that episode again for you guys and for her so that she can get that clip that she wants, guys. So let me maximize this, and we'll maximize this, and you guys enjoy the hilarity of the Pilled Squares test run that we ran over on Sandra's channel. Here you go.
Stop. We're back to Breck.
All right, I'll go with 451 to lot.
All right, 451. All right, what do we got for 451 here? Let's see. Did he write the questions too?
No.
Let's do state
I have no
questions.
idea what's happening.
Okay, good. Me neither. 451.
Yes. It's okay.
Welcome to the main
forgive
stage. How you feeling tonight, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good.
This is embarrassing.
He's number 7. Number 7 on the board. 451 on the hot seat, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, welcome to it. Which U.S. state has a town called Intercourse? providing endless amusement of map readers and road trippers alike.
Breck, let me tell you something. As a kid, I went to Intercourse, and I actually bought a hat that says I love Intercourse and a shirt that says I survived Intercourse, and it is in Pennsylvania where they sell
I
English
agree.
fudge, Breck.
I agree, because when I was a kid, I looked it up too.
And it's actually close to a town called Blue Balls. I know family friendly, but that is a real fact.
Team Breck. Team Breck,
Wow.
Team Breck,
Wow.
Pennsylvania is the correct answer.
Okay.
Circle gets a square.
There you go. All right.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, guys. So like I said, we're going to be doing that again this weekend on the 18th, providing I still have power and, the world hasn't come to an end because the temperatures are so low. But I will be there as long as I can be. And but here's an awesome ad that Sandra put together for that show. And we'll hope you guys will join us over on pilled.net because that's where we're going exclusively here. And if not, we'll see you guys on Thursday, tomorrow, for a subs-only stream. And if not, we'll see you guys on Friday. Again, make sure you check out NoPrisonersProductions.com. We got the shop up and running there if you guys want some merch, including Kevin's Ock candles, which are amazing. And we'll see you guys on the other side of this.
Coffee
Here
Talk
we
with Sandra
go.
presents Foxhole Squares, sponsored by Pill.net. Starring Graham Belushi, FeistyAce, Rev Jim, the one and only Enoch, Ash from America Rise, 451 Actual, Cab 7 Ben, Mary, Free for All to Learn, Burt Cocaine, your host, Zoso Dude. Saturday night, January 18th, 10 p.m. Be there or be square.
All right, so Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern time, guys. Do not miss out. We will be playing Pilled Squares over on Sandra's channel. You're not going to want to miss it. We had a lot of fun. It was like Hollywood Squares